position that we have with respect to it, and we'll see what the Senate does with it. But obviously, I think there's a lot of concern that anything that it hampers, I don't care whether it's a Democratic president or a Republican president, why would you hamper the ability of the country to be able to respond to emergencies and hamper the ability of us to be able to lower costs as a result of those emergencies? So I think the Senate understands the importance of that, and hopefully will act accordingly, be able to refill and replenish the SPR and do it at a savings to taxpayers. And our goal was to start with the first 60 million barrels of replenishment. The offers that we received did not meet specification or price. And so we'll stay tuned for an announcement on how we're going to go back at that first 60. But we have a three-part strategy, too. One is to accelerate some of the exchanges that were announced before to get those back in. And second was, in the omnibus bill at the end of last year, we canceled the sales of the congressionally mandated sales for 24 and 25, up through 27 actually. So there was a significant savings of having to send out oil. But we're going to continue to work on this.
Good evening, friends. I have breaking news, and I cannot believe that this is happening. State lawmakers across the country want to get this done. Several officials are now moving forward with new stimulus checks. These payments are aimed at providing necessary relief to millions of low-income households. So friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video, because I will be going over all of the details. Also, to say thank you so much for being part of this community, I will be announcing 2 winners this Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaways, all you have to do, friends, is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances, dear friends, of winning these giveaways. The state of Alabama lawmakers are now eyeing possible tax rebates, as the state sees a budget surplus of more than $2.7 billion. Legislators will face decisions on what to do with the rare surplus, including how much to save and how to spend the rest. The state budget that funds education has a $2.7 billion surplus, according to the Legislative Services Agency. The State General Fund has a smaller surplus of $351 million. Senator Arthur Orr, who chairs the Senate Education Budget Committee, said, lawmakers are working with Alabama Governor Kate Ivey on a proposal, but that he expects the plan to include rebate checks to taxpayers, along with tax cuts and putting money back in reserves. He also stated, we believe that we have enough to send back to the people of Alabama who sent it to us in the first place. In addition to that, with the economy and with inflation, they are struggling, and so this would be a small manner of relief to them. He said lawmakers are considering $500 million in total rebates. The amount sent back to residents of Alabama will depend on how eligibility is defined. But he stated they are looking at a minimum of $200 or $250 for individuals, and $400 or $500 for married couples who file joint returns. The Republican lawmaker said he also expects proposals for tax cuts, but he said it is important that the state put a significant amount of money into reserves. The Associated Press reported in August 2022 that at least 15 states have approved one-time rebates from their surpluses. There has been some disagreement among lawmakers on how to use the rare surplus. Fresh from issuing a $300 tax rebate to residents, Hawaii Governor Josh Green's administration is also considering another tax refund this year. But unlike the previous rebate, this one is for the middle class and low-income residents who are struggling with Hawaii's high cost of living and inflation. State Budget Director Louis Salaveria said, we are looking at all types of support that we can do to the residents of the state, especially those that are within the middle and lower income, to provide them the kind of relief in order to reduce their cost of living, according to Hawaii state officials. The tax refund could total anywhere from $100 million to $300 million. The latter is nearly the same amount that was approved by lawmakers last year. The refund proposal is part of Governor Green's administration's tax relief plan, which will also include exemptions and credits for food and even vehicle registrations. The tax refunds are an outgrowth of the positive outlook for Hawaii's economy. While the United States economy is expected to go into a recession later this year, economist Carl Bonham thinks that the state of Hawaii will avoid one. The Department of Revenue announced recently that older and disabled Pennsylvanians can now apply for rebates on property taxes or rent paid in 2022. This assistance is available through the Property Tax Rent Rebate Program, which has delivered more than $7.6 billion to eligible Pennsylvanians since the program's inception in 1971. The state of Georgia's giant hill of money looms also over state lawmakers as the 2023 sessions begins next Monday. Georgia state government ended the 2022 budget year in June with $6.6 billion in surplus cash, even after it filled its savings account to the legal limit. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has announced plans to spend more than $3 billion of the amount through a combination of one-time tax givebacks with fellow Republican legislative leaders who are signaling support. But even that bonanza would leave about $3 billion that could be spent, saved, or given away. Senate Appropriations Committee Chairman Blake Tillery has said that lawmakers are likely to pause on broad pay increases after giving election year $5,000 raises to university and state agency employees, and then $2,000 raises to public school teachers. The Georgia governor also wants to give another round of state income tax rebates, like $1.1 billion in payments that were issued last year. Those payments gave dual-earner households $500, single adults with dependents $375, and single adults with no dependents $250. Well, my beautiful and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Monday. My friends, thank you so much for joining me here every day, and especially for being part of this community. I want you all to know that I sincerely appreciate every single one of you. I will be giving away 2 more Walmart gift cards this coming Friday. Please make sure you enter the giveaway. All you have to do, friends, is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed Monday.